Hey gamers, Hyde98X here. Today I'm going to be doing my first Let's Play review thing of a game called The Cat in the Coop on Steam. Now, there are a few things you need to know about The Cat in the Coop once it loads. The first being is that it requires 2 gigabytes of RAM to play, and it asks me to close all my other programs before beginning, so it's very demanding, but, I'm not gonna let a game push me around and tell me what to do, so I'm gonna open as many things as I damn well please, and that's how it's gonna be. So, we should start. Okay, and the second thing you need to know about this game, if you haven't already guessed, is that it's an indie game about a guy named Mohammed Mozadig. Now, I've played through this game a few times, so I know what to do next, but if you're new to it, you might think that something starts happening. But no, this is actually the beginning of the game, and you start moving around with the arrow keys. And I have to admit, there isn't a whole lot to do in this room. So, you mainly just have to jump up into these white outlines and press the space key. And once you press the space key, this dead guy turns into a white drawing. And the music, if you haven't been able to tell, is very artistic and deep, just like this game is, because it's an indie game. Now, I'm not sure what he's doing, and I think there's supposed to be a storyline to this, but we have to knock over his ink so he stops writing, and he keeps on putting it back up, but we're not gonna let him keep on doing what he's doing, so we knock it off again. And this is mainly a game about teasing senior citizens. And after knocking it over a number of times, whereas I don't think there's a whole lot to do after that, you just gotta watch him walk around and try to pick up the ink until it falls outside. But he has no idea what's gonna happen next or what's in store for him. Guess he'll have to find out. Whoa. And then we fall on all this art, all of this Muslim art stuff, and he keeps on falling, but where'd he go? Oh, there are his feet. We're walking on top of his feet, even though they're underneath of the curtain. So there's an Argonian from the Elder Scrolls, and a dog wearing a hat that's not really on his head, and they're both beside a pair of rabbit ear antennas. But yeah, that's only on a side note. But once we lift this up, it turns out he messed up again and knocked a bunch of shit on the floor. And there's a painting that's probably haunted because it's moving whenever I move this, and he's walking around trying to pick up all of this semen that he just got on the ground, and we have to knock this guy's head off so it turns into a balloon and get this colorful chain chomp to make him roll around, and so he knocks holes in the floor if you do that, and you just gotta keep on doing that and make him walk on the chain chomp, and there, he fell right through the floor, and gotta go jumping into more art that's too doesn't watch where he's going. And I think he should feel... Oh, looks like he already does feel bad about it. He's probably just depressed because he doesn't have any eyes and cannot see where he's going. So, we gotta knock some things over here. Gotta knock this jar over, and it doesn't break, so you don't need to worry about that, and we're gonna open that door and give these gray people the things in this guy's house. And he gets so scared that they're trying to make his house smaller that he calls the police. But little does he know that the police aren't gonna do anything for him. Actually, what we need to do is make all this stuff fall outside, so the gray people make his house smaller, and smaller, and smaller, until eventually he has to move out, and since I'm his pet, I guess we have to move out too, and we fall past more art here, and I'm on this flag, and now we're on the castle like in Super Smash Brothers, except we're not going to be doing any fighting. And we have to watch him walk past more of this until he falls into a room with a rabbit. Now, if you can't figure out what you do in this part, since there are tons of white outlines, the first you gotta do is jump on his lap, flip him over, get this oil pot there, past the picture of the dog with the hat that's not really on his head, and you gotta cover them in oil, just like in the game Oil Panic on Game & Watch. And you just keep on doing that, and he really doesn't learn his lesson either. He just keeps on getting in the chair, and we just keep on knocking him over, and we just spill more and more oil until he falls outside. Now, this is a deep game about what elder abuse can do, but, you know, it's a little too deep for you guys to understand. Now, he's got to turn these valves, because, get it? It's a Steam game, and Steam is made by Valve, and the dog up there with the hat that's not really on his head is... He's petting me, and an Argonian appears out of nowhere, and they put me in a bag, and, oh, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Now, we gotta listen to him walk around here and make a speech, but we're not gonna stand for that. He's gonna stop speaking whether he likes it or not. And he's getting hungry, so I guess we gotta punish him even more for what he's doing. I'm guessing he's a very bad man. And I knocked him over again, and he punched another hole in the floor, and I guess oil came out of it. But we gotta fill the entire screen with oil, otherwise there's not gonna be enough oil. And there, he punched another hole in it, and... Isn't he in for a surprise? Now, that's a player in the corner. You don't go with him. He just sits on the oil and starts floating upwards. Now, this isn't much of a game at all, and I think there's supposed to be a story, and I think all this art is supposed to be symbolism, but I just don't understand any of it, and I'm sure most people who play it don't. And if you notice, a lot of things are changing now that we start going backwards through the game. We start going through even more and more art, and pictures. Lots of pictures of stuff. kind of all looks like a collage. And there are a lot of dates. So this is probably an interactive textbook of sorts. And there's really not a whole lot to say about the rest of this art, considering I don't know what any of it is, or why there's an Argonian with an America tie on. I still don't know the story behind the black and white drawing man either. Oh, look it, that's the hole he fell through because he wasn't watching where he was going. And, yeah, he doesn't have any eyes, like I said before, because he wouldn't have been in this mess if he did have eyes. And oh, look it, it's the Elder Scrolls lizard again. And the dog wearing the hat that's not really on his head isn't there anymore, but this time it's an old man. Oh, there's the hand that we fell on at the very start. And up ahead there's a lot of things, actually. More pictures of what I think is supposed to be this old man. Well, you hear the clock ticking again. This is where we begin, and, you know, now it just... The black and white man took away the color man, and that's the end of the game. Now, here are the credits to what an indie game is. There's, yeah. Just a wide variety of people who worked on this. And the music was by a group called 9 Inch Nails, but I don't know anything else they do. And they probably do other deep music like this. Oh, there we go. Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Art. Just like what this game is. Wasn't that lovely, guys? Well, that's the game. Yeah, if you haven't guessed, this is my first Let's Play review thing, so don't go too hard on me if I'm not as good as all the other people who do the same things. But please let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be sure to do more Let's Plays of games that I like. Okay, bye.